39, Nevada 57237, Oregon, Tennessee 184373, Texas, Washington 237926, Heidi Cycle Points DBO 1666881, Arizona 101648.
She's the mortgage mom. She can get things done when you're in need and don't know where to go. Pick up the phone and call mom.
Well, hello and welcome to Mortgage Mom Radio. I'm Debbie Marcoux, and I've got Heidi Schlegelpoints with me. How are you doing today, Heidi?
I'm good. How are you?
I am good. It was kind of nice to have the week off, wasn't it?
It was. It was very nice. And I did a whole lot of absolutely nothing.
Your Thanksgiving sounds like mine.
Yeah.
I didn't cook for the first time. I didn't have everybody over for the first time. I didn't host. I mean, it was just, it wasn't all of the cleaning, the preparing, usually, we've talked about it on the show before. I get everything ready for Christmas. We actually do Christmas exchange. We call it Turkmas for my house. And I didn't do any of that. I literally felt so empty. It was so strange. It was almost like an empty nester, like a parent who loses the kid that goes to college. I didn't know what to do with myself. I was calling my mom to make sure she was awake. She had put the turkey in. I was walking my friend Sally through her stuffing. She had never done it before. She had to cook it for the first time. And so I was walking her through that the night before on Wednesday. So it was very, very odd for me, but quite honestly, it was very nice at the same time.
Yeah, we didn't have any kids home, so it was the first time we didn't cook, we didn't host. We normally host the whole family. We cooked the whole meal, and we didn't do that this year. So it was my husband and I at home, and he made some steaks and potatoes, and so just really an easy, the two of us at home, and it was very strange, but honestly, like, super relaxing, and it just kind of felt like we had the longest relaxing weekend to ourselves.
No, it was very nice. And I had time to get the motorhome packed up, and that was kind of last minute, and we decided to go take the boys out riding for a couple of days, and I actually ended up taking them myself. So they each brought a friend, and so it was just mom and four boys, 21, 20, 17. And so that was fun. I felt like I did nothing but cook for 2 straight days. I swear I finished dinner and they were looking for something else to eat. And then it was, bagel bites in the oven or whatever. So it was, it was fun. It was a good time. And it was just a completely different holiday than I've ever had. Or, again, like usually I'm just so wrapped up in all of that, the hosting and the cooking and the groceries and everything else, that you don't really have time to stop to think about other things. Instead, I had time to pick up the RV and pack it up and order groceries and, get it loaded, and off we went. So it was kind of nice. I think I like the holiday better, actually having everybody over and doing the family time. And I really enjoy the cooking. And then obviously the food after the cooking is awesome. But it was nice. I can't say that I wouldn't do it again, because it was definitely relaxing.
Yeah, no, I love Thanksgiving. I love the cooking. I love having everyone there. So I would definitely say I lean towards that more. But this year it was kind of nice just to have a calm, quiet, weekend by ourselves. I definitely have to say my husband thinks that we should do all of the sides, but we should change our turkey to filet mignon. And I was like, that's great when it's 2 of us, but we could not do that for the whole family. So
Yeah, no. The turkey is definitely a little bit more price
price appropriate for the whole family. Yeah.
Yes, exactly. I was trying to find the right word. That was perfect.
Yes.
Yeah, you hit it right on the head. You got to kind of be a little bit more frugal than that when you're talking about a large family, which obviously both you and I have. So when we do host, it's big. I mean, we've got at least 20 plates going, and I always run out of plates, and somebody didn't get a plate, and somebody doesn't have a chair, and somebody's sitting at the kid table, and it's definitely
washing
not
one off to serve the next one.
Exactly. Definitely not a filet mignon kind of dinner. But anyway, no, Thanksgiving was good. It was weird to have a week off. Did not do a show last week. So for all of you guys that missed us, you're wondering where we went. It was the holidays. So we do go dark on the weeks that there are holidays, and we've got more holidays coming. So we will not be on the week of Christmas, and we will not be on the week of New Year's. So don't think that we left you guys. Mortgage Mom Radio is still around. We just are not around during those holiday weeks. It seems like most people don't really care about mortgage. They don't want to hear about it. They don't want to learn how to buy a home. They don't want to know about new loan limits. They don't want to know know about paying off their debt. But let me just tell you that Christmas and Hanukkah and all of the different holidays and all of the buying and the spending is here. And by the time it's all over, you're all going to be scratching your heads and wondering, what do we do with this debt? So you will need us after the fact, but we will leave you alone during those weeks, and we will let everybody enjoy their holidays and not have to learn about how they're going to get rid of that debt. So that's something that we'll definitely talk about here coming up soon. We have my dad jumped on. He says, I'm 465 miles away from home. I'm pretty sure he is on a trip to go buy a boat part of some sort. Heather jumps on. She says, hi, everyone. Heather, thank you so much for watching. Appreciate it. If you are out there and you are watching the show, please say something. Let us know that you're there. Tell us hi. This is an interactive show. We do talk about everything, all the education you could need for mortgage and real estate. So we want you to give us those questions. We want you to write them into the feed. We want you to ask us. We give free phone consultations all of the time, Monday through Sunday. There is not a day that we don't take calls. So please feel free to get yourself on the calendar, get yourself booked for an appointment. We want to hear from you. We want to help you. We do not bite. That was something that we were talking about the other day here in the office. Is we have a lot of people that actually call because they do want to ask questions, and they do get a little bit fearful of, that sales call. So the one thing I do want to make sure you all know is that this is education. Mortgage Mom Radio is educational. That is what we pride ourselves in. We are making sure that we are getting you off and moving in the right direction. We do loans for a living. That is what keeps the lights on and the doors open. So we would love to be able to assist you in your financing needs. But at the same time, our job is to educate you, and that's where we want to start. We want to make sure that you understand what you're doing, you understand the process, you figure out what is the right beneficial move for you and your family. Should you refinance? Should you purchase? Do you have the down payment? Once we get you all set in that direction, is your credit where it needs to be? Do we need to do some credit repair first? Then we're going to get you off and running and hopefully, applying for a loan and getting you moving forward towards your goal. So please get that phone consultation. Again, we don't bite. And I think that it was the way that I said it. Somebody's like, you need to just say that on radio. I'm like, okay, I'm going to do it. We really aren't hard, pushy salespeople. We are here to get you in the right direction and truly help you. And from there, we hope that relationship evolves into one that you have confidence and trust in us, and we are going to help you with your financing. So we had Lanisha jump in. She says, hi, everyone, on my lunch break, trying to tune in. Lanisha, thank you so much for that. Appreciate it. Everybody that is watching right now, again, please give us a thumbs up on the video. It helps the algorithm quite a bit. Please subscribe to the channel so you guys know when we go live. There was supposed to be a text message go out at 1 o'clock. I don't know if it did. I have a feeling that I turned it off before the Thanksgiving holiday and forgot to turn it back on. So I will double check that when the show is over. But keep in mind, if you guys do want a weekly text message to know when we go live, best way to do that is to text the word MOM to 844-935-3634. That's 844 We Lend for You. That is WELEND and the number 4. So Carrie gets on. She says, hi, ladies. I got the text. Carrie, thank you for letting me know. Heather says, I got the text message. And Tiffany says, it went out. And then Lanisha says, it's on. So thank you guys so much. Again, this is an interactive show. We love it when you guys are commenting and putting information in the feed. It definitely makes it a much more educational, a much better, a much more fun show. So please keep doing that and ask your questions. That is what it's all about. We want to get that information to you. So apparently the text message went out. I didn't mess up. Woohoo! One for me. That actually worked right. I can't tell you how many technical difficulties that we've had since we started trying to do this show live on YouTube over a year ago. I think we're almost at 2 years, Heidi. Can you believe that?
No. No, I have to tell you. So today, I'm working, and all of a sudden I look down, and you've got the date on your computer, and all of a sudden I was like, it's December 1st.
I know.
Like, when did that happen? I mean, mind you, we were on the show not last week, the week before, and I had no idea Thanksgiving was the next week because, again, like we said, I wasn't doing the big hosting. So I hadn't been preparing and running around. And uh, so the months have just flown by, and I just haven't really noticed what date it is.
I know.
And I cannot believe it is December 1st. I'm just blown away by the whole thing.
You know, they say
So,
that the years go faster as we get older, and I really do believe that. I feel like when we were kids and Christmas Day was over, it felt like eternity before Christmas came again. And now I feel
oh,
like, oh my,
absolutely.
I have to go shopping again?
Right?
Really? Didn't
It's
this just happen? It just happened. Oh man. Anyway, so we are going to take a very quick break. It was awesome to catch up, but this is an education show. It is all about mortgage. It's all about real estate. Today, we're going to talk about quite a few things. We are going to be talking about getting yourself into debt for the holidays because you're all going to do it, whether you listen to me or not, whether you listen to Mom and Heidi. You guys are going to end up in debt. You're going to have credit cards that you want to pay off. You're going to have things that you're going to need to get rid of. So we are going to talk about that later on in the show. But we're going to make some big announcements about loan amounts, loan amount changes, and county limits. I know that we talked about this. It's probably been about maybe 6 weeks, almost 2 months, that we all knew that there were some numbers that were leaked and everybody was kind of assuming where they were going to go. And so we kind of gave everybody that heads up of this is what we're hearing, but it isn't official yet. So we now have those official numbers. They're even better than what was anticipated. So we are going to take a super fast break. And when we get back, we're going to jump into the new loan sizes, what they are for your area where you live, and then what does that mean for you. So talk to you right here in just a minute. And like I said, it wasn't even a minute. These these are the fastest commercials ever, and it's for the actual YouTube. If you guys are listening to us by radio on Saturday or Sunday, you have to actually watch us on YouTube to see it. They're quick little 10-second little blips. It gives us, me and Heidi, enough time to either check a phone or take a sip of water before we come right back. And then it also holds a little spot in the hour show that we're doing live on Wednesdays so that we can input some commercials into the hour show. So we are back, and let's talk about loan sizes because I think that's really important. And again, if you guys have questions, you want to get on the calendar, you want to make an appointment, you want to know when we go live, here's what you do. Go to mortgagemomradio.com, send me a message right through the website. There's a contact us. You guys can do it there. You can call the number. It's 844 We Lend for You. That's WELEND and the number 4. So it's 844-935-3634. Exact same number that you will text the word MOM, MOM, forward and back. It's the same word. Text the word MOM to that number, 844 We Lend for You. Text the word MOM, and you will get a link once a week to know that we have gone live so that you can follow us and watch the show. Same exact phone number to get my office. So you guys could call in right now and schedule an appointment. And we have appointments available that you can book through the phone app, you can book through the website, and you can book with our call service, and Monday through Sunday. So if there is a time that does not work, again, go to that website, go to mortgagemomradio.com, or send me an email to questions@mortgagemomradio.com. Pretty simple. You guys will find us if you type in Mortgage Mom Radio. We will get you an appointment for a day and time that works for you if you don't see a calendar appointment that is available. So want to make sure that you guys, keep that in the back of your mind. So here we go. Loan sizes, super exciting. And I had to actually, they're too difficult to remember the actual numbers right now. So here we go. We're going to talk about all the different markets that we are in. So I am actually licensed and do loans in multiple states. However, we are only going to mention the states that we are actually on radio because we know that you guys are local and you're listening. So we want to make sure you guys know what your loan limits are. If you live in an area that we do not mention, all you got to do is send me a message, call the office, ask the question, and we will make sure that we tell you what your loan limit is. There is no way for us to know every single one of them off the back of our hand. Every single county has a different number in every single state. So we will look it up for you and let you know what your loan limit is if we do not mention it on this show today. Um, okay, so we had William Greenlee. He gets on. He says, after the insurance binder happens, what is next? So I don't know exactly what insurance binder he's talking about. So maybe, William, if you could get a little bit more detailed, because we're talking about loan sizes right now. But it sounds like you have questions about something to do with the process. So please just get a little bit more elaborate in your question, and we'll make sure that we answer it for you. Anna Okakenta. Hey, Anastasia. Thank you for watching. She says, Anna Okakenta, I am here. And we are so happy that you are, and we are so happy that we are helping you. She was so cute. Let me give you a really quick thing about Anna. So she had called in, and she talked to Jenny, and she told her that she didn't know why, but she's really been trying to buy a house. And for some reason, she heard my voice on the radio, and she just knew that she had to talk with us, that we were going to be able to help her. So she had her first conversation with me, and she was bound and determined. It was me she was talking to. So she did. She waited for the call. We made the appointment. And after her and I talked, I got her on her way. She got her application started. And then Carrie jumped in, and Carrie has been helping her with her loan application. And I know that they are working through some pieces right now, but I know that they're on their way, and we are going to be able to get Anna where she needs to go once it's her time. So want to let you guys know out there, just because Anna jumped on, that if you are feeling the same way, you want to talk to me, all you have to do, and you do talk with Jenny or somebody on the phone, is make sure that they know I'd really like an appointment with Debbie. Sometimes you might wait a little bit longer because I'm obviously very busy, but if you want to talk to me, you can talk to me. I want to make sure you guys know that. Then once we get you going and we get you moving in the right direction, then you might talk to Carrie. You're definitely going to talk to Heidi at some point. You will definitely talk to Tiffany at some point. But if you really want to talk to me for that initial call, please do not hesitate to ask. I am more than happy to talk to everybody, always. So it truly is me. I really am a real person, and I really do help people do their mortgages. So let's get on to William. I'm waiting for your question. Please get a little bit more specific, and I'm more than happy to answer it. But in the meantime, let's get into some county limit changes. So I know I saw you had your phone pulled up. Were you looking at loan limits? Did you have them there?
I do. I have a whole list, but
okay.
It's very, very tiny.
It is very tiny. So I actually went a step ahead to make it a little bit easier for me. And I actually pulled out and just typed up the 6 counties for the radio stations that we're in. So we're going to start with San Antonio. So for Bexar County, they have gone from 548 250. No, 548. Was it 375? I don't remember. Doesn't matter. It's gone now. The new one is 647 200. That is huge. We're talking about just about $100,000. I mean, within dollars, about $100,000 more in loan limit for Bexar County. I mean, that is huge, right? And I think that they actually say it Bahar County in Texas. I think I'm even saying it wrong, and I'm sorry, guys, if I am if I am slaughtering the name of your county. But San Antonio, you guys now have almost $100,000 more in buying power, which is huge. Los Angeles County has gone from, what was our number? 823?
Yeah, it was 822 something.
822, 375. So the other one was
375. There you go.
So we went from 822 to 375. Get this one. 970,800. Right?
Yeah.
Oh, hey, Carrie she says it's pronounced Bear County. Sorry, Carrie. That's why you're our Texas girl. Anna says, I really need to buy single family property or a duplex. How can I get qualified? And how much loan do I qualify for to be able to do this? So that one's a little bit too specific while I'm in the studio. But Anna, Carrie is on. She's right below you in her message, correcting my Bear County pronunciation. And she will call you when the show is over, and you guys can get more specific on your file. Carrie says, my family lives there. I know. That's why you're our Texas girl and the girl who's trying to scaramouche out of California and on her way back to Texas. So, yes, Bear County. There you go. Los Angeles County. I cannot believe that we have increased from 822 to 970,800. That is almost $1 million in a loan That means that you can buy something with 5% down with a sales price that is over $1 million. Carrie, Heather, one of you girls that are watching Tiffany, somebody do the math backwards while we're on the show, since I'm in the studio with no calculator in my hand, and tell us what the maximum sales price is right now for Los Angeles County, with the loan limit being $970,800 with 5% down. I want to know what our maximum sales price without an extra dollar out of hand or out of pocket would be, just the 5% down. So somebody work that one up. Then we've got Savannah, Georgia is $647,200. The same with the entire state of Arizona. So Arizona's gone up. Every county in Arizona has the same loan limit, $647,200. And then Seattle. Hey, you guys, Seattle didn't jump quite as much as Los Angeles, but get this one. You ready? I almost fell over for this because I did not think that Seattle had homes in this price range. Not that they didn't. I just didn't think that this was going to be their county median, right? Seattle, Washington, $891,250. I believe that's higher than San Diego. That's why I just didn't. I was kind of blown away by that number. And then Las Vegas, the entire state of Nevada, guys, $647,200. So every single area has had over $100,000 increase, or just about. Let's just say 99,000 and something, whatever change, at a minimum. And if you're in a very high cost area like Los Angeles or Hawaii, you guys did get some big giant leaps far beyond an additional $100,000. So what does this mean to you? How is this going to change, for somebody that is buying a home? That we're going to talk about when we get back. So Carrie jumps on. She says, hi, Anna, I'll reach out to you. And Anna says, I'm watching. I can't talk because I'm at work. I can't talk now. That's okay, Anna. You and Carrie will get together. You guys will talk about buying the duplex, buying the single family, and what is your maximum sales price that you can get into. So she will definitely connect with you. You guys just maybe exchange some emails and make sure you've got a time that works for each other. But when we get back, we are going to talk about how does this change? How does this benefit? What are the positives to these loan size changes? And one last thing I want to mention is that FHA has not given us their numbers yet. So we are waiting with bated breath for those FHA numbers because they're always lower than conventional. Well, okay, I guess I'd say not always. 99, let's say in high cost areas like Los Angeles County, most of the time they mirror the conventional limits. However, when you get into the lower cost areas where there are no high balance loan limits, the 647-200, many times the FHA loan limit is smaller than the conventional limit would be. So we are on standby right now waiting for those FHA limits. Can't wait to hear what they are going to be, because hopefully maybe this year they will come and bring them up to match the Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac numbers. We hope. Doesn't mean that they'll do it, but I'm waiting. I hope the Tooth Fairy brings us something good.
Right.
Something good for Christmas. Come on, Tooth Fairy. Right? Good stuff. Anyway, let's take a very quick break, and then we're going to talk about why this is helpful. So we'll be right back. All right, and welcome back to Mortgage Mom Radio. I'm Debbie Marcoux. I'm the Mortgage Mom, and we've got Heidi Schlegel-Points, my better half, on with us as always. And she's basically the person that actually keeps Debbie under control. So, actually, we should probably give that to Jenny, and then I don't know. You guys all keep me under control. So I'm just gonna say I can't do what I do without any of you. So that's the best that I could do today. Anyway, welcome back. This is Mortgage Mom Radio. We are an interactive show. We are live every Wednesday at 1 p.m. Pacific time on YouTube, unless it is a holiday. Then we are dark. But other than that, every single Wednesday at 1 p.m. Pacific time, you can find us on our YouTube channel. Just look for Mortgage Mom Radio, subscribe to the channel, and click that notification bell so that you know when we go live. Another way to know that we've gone live is to text the word MOM to 844-935-3634. That's 844 We Lend for You. That's WELEND and the number 4. When you text the word mom to that number, you will opt yourself in to get one text message a week to let you know that we have gone live. We will not harass you outside of that reason. You will also get a link in that very first welcome text message to our phone app, which is a really amazing tool to help you calculate payments and contact us and watch the YouTube. And you can do pretty much anything from that phone app that you can do from a computer. So if you want to get that phone app, download that phone app, make sure you text the word mom, and Heidi's going to spell it for us.
It's 844 WELEND and the number 4.
I love it. All right. So we had Lanisha jumps on. She says, why does FHA offer less? That is a fantastic question. We'll get right back to that. Carrie says you can purchase a home for $1,021,850, and your loan amount is just under the new loan limit with 5% down. So Los Angeles County and other high loan limits that get to the maximum high balance limit. And what was that number? I don't even have it memorized yet. It just came out yesterday.
$970,800.
Look at her. She's better than me. $970,800. You can buy a house for $1,021,850 with 5% down in Los Angeles County and any other county that has that maximum high balance loan limit. So, for example, with Washington, when I said Washington's max is $891,250 for Seattle, and that's not all of Washington. Again, guys, you have to understand that every county has a different loan limit. So for Seattle, you guys have $891,250. You are not at the very max cap of the high balance loan limits. So your area is a high cost area, but not as high cost as getting to the maximum amount. So you will not be able to buy a home for $1,021,850 with 5% down payment. Your limit is going to be a little bit lower than that for sales price. Anybody listening, you guys want to know your state, your county, what are your maximums and what are your sales prices? All you got to do is give us a call, text us, do whatever you guys need to do to get through to us. Send me an email to questions@mortgagemomradio.com. Go to the website, send me a message through the contact us button, call us, whatever you guys need, and we're going to get you the information that you want. So let's go back to Lanisha's question really quick. She says, why does FHA offer less? So FHA is a federal program that is offering a 3.5% down payment versus 5% down. It is federally insured. It is not privately insured like a Fannie Mae or Freddie Mac would be. So they just have different guidelines of what they approve and will not lend to. So it's just a completely different lending animal, a different set of guidelines, different sets of loan limits. And those are just the numbers that they have thrown out to us. So again, right now they haven't announced for 2022 yet what their numbers look like. But if you were in Los Angeles, the number is exactly the same as a Fannie Mae or Freddie Mac loan would be. So you could go to the maximum $822,375 based on 2021 with 3.5% down instead of conventional that's 5% down. So there are areas though, for example, like Riverside County, where the loan limit now today, 2021, is the $548,250. And FHA's is not $548,250. It doesn't match. So FHA, again, is just a government program. It is different set of guidelines, which means it's different loan limits. And maybe we'll get really lucky that they will bring all of the loan limits to match, which gives you guys more lending ability with 3.5% down instead of 5% down. So can't really answer your question beyond that, but hopefully that helps to understand that there are differences between the two. Okay, so William says, remember William had a question that we didn't understand what his question was. He says, I'm sorry about the off-topic question. I'm just curious about the process. I was wondering what typically comes after your homeowner's insurance binder is sent to the lender. You know what? That's a great question because, and I'm going to throw this one at Heidi for a minute. When we do a loan, there's a lot of pieces of the puzzle. We need to get your insurance binder updated to match the lender that's doing the loan. So whether it's a refinance and your old lender was ABC Mortgage and now the new lender's going to be Mortgage Mom, let's say, right? Mm-hmm. We would have to get your insurance binder updated. Heidi is so on top of her game that she's not going to wait till the end of the process to do that. She gets that ordered right up front and gets it started. So on a refinance, we may actually request that and get that started while we're in the middle of underwriting the loan and getting things going.
Correct.
On a purchase, you typically you're shopping for your insurance. You have to find it. So you usually find that after the loan approval, because the first thing you do is get your offer accepted. Then you're super not sure what to do with yourself. And then you're calling your lender and you don't know what the next step is. You've never done this before and you're frazzled, right? And so by the time you get everything into us, and Heidi, you can agree or disagree, we're getting you submitted to underwriting, we're getting your loan approved, and then we're saying, hey, you need to go find insurance. And so you start shopping. But that insurance can happen at any point in time. It doesn't really signify anything. So, Heidi, do you have something behind that? Yeah.
Yeah. So if you're doing a refinance and we just ask them to change basically who your lender is on your insurance, that's it. It's just saying, okay, now you're insured and here is your mortgagee, your mortgage company on the binder. Okay. It's just saying, we know who you're insured with. We're on there. We're covered. You're covered. We're good. That's it. If you're shopping for insurance because you're buying a home and we say, okay, make sure that you go and you get the insurance approved. You say you want it. So we're now getting your insurance binder. Literally nothing has happened yet.
Right.
You're just agreeing to the policy. We're going to go get our mortgage information put on that binder, and it's going to sit and wait until we're ready to close. So truly nothing has happened with the binder until we go, we close your loan, you sign your documents, and we at that point through escrow have paid for your insurance binder. That is when something happens. That means now we've paid your policy, your home is now insured, and your policy is actually binded, which means it is done, it is paid for, and it's complete. You are insured on that with that policy on your property.
Right. And so, but it doesn't, there's really no specific point in time within the transaction that takes place. So it's not that when you see that happen, you're 3 days from closing.
No.
It doesn't signify it. There's no signaling, oh, they did the insurance, which means blah, right?
No, it literally, we have borrowers that say, hey, I opened up escrow and here's my insurance quote. At that point, we can go and get all the information, put our information on it. It could be day 1, day 2, or it could be day 28 and you're closing on day 30. So that doesn't actually tell you where we're at in the process, because again, it's not going to be finished until you sign, we close and fund your loan. That's when that actually officially takes place. So we could be working through the insurance process at day 1, 2, 5, 10, or 29. It doesn't matter.
Right.
So it really doesn't give you any information or indication of where in the process you're at.
Right. So if you have somebody like Heidi on your team who's getting it done up front, it could be totally different than somebody that's lagging and getting it done right before the end, right? And all you guys need is insurance to get those docs out. So again, just realize that it could happen at any point in time, and it doesn't really signal or signify anything whatsoever. It's just one of those pieces of the puzzle that do need to take place, need to happen, need to get done. And so it's just efficiency. It could happen early in the transaction. It could happen towards the end of the transaction. So don't look at that one piece like, oh, I'm almost there. There is really nothing that is going to signal you from that particular thing getting finished. So we are going to take a super fast break. We've got more questions. We want the questions to keep coming in. You guys keep throwing them in the feed. That is what makes this show. We want to make sure we're getting you the education and information that you need, but we need to take a quick break because I need a sip of water, and then we're going to be right back. All right. Well, welcome back to Mortgage Mom Radio. I'm Debbie Marcoux. I am the Mortgage Mom. And this is Heidi Schlegel Points, my better half, my co-host on the show. And what are we doing? We are talking about all things education and information, all things real estate and mortgage. So mostly mortgage. We do mortgages. We want to get you guys set. If you don't have a mortgage, you can't buy a house. So if you can't get approved for a mortgage, you're definitely not going to be a homeowner. So we're trying to bring you guys everything that you need to know to get there, all of the changes that happen, guideline things, anything that's going on with the market, the economy, and any question whatsoever that you have, we want you to ask, please. So right before the break, we were talking about loan sizes. We're going to get back into those. Lanisha had some questions. We're going to get back to that. William had a fantastic question. Thank you so much. Anna jumped in. We love that too. Again, if you guys are listening, it is an interactive show. We want you guys to watch us do it live. It is every Wednesday at 1 p.m. on YouTube. You guys can go to our channel. It's Mortgage Mom Radio. Make sure you guys subscribe and turn on that notification bell so that you know when we go live. If you want a text message link, that is the super easiest way to know that you're not going to miss us. Text the word MOM to 844. We lend for you. That's WELEND and the number 4. I'm going to test her right now. Heidi, do you know what the actual number is? Look at her. She's looking up.
I think so. I'm going to try it.
You want me to do it? You're going to do it?
935 9694.
No. It's okay. It's 844-935-3634. You were close. You were almost there.
That's what it was. I was so close.
You were so close. But if you just spell it out,
I'm going to write it on my hand.
I know, right? So you've got a cheat sheet. It's 844. We lend for you. That's WELEND and the number 4. Text the word MOM to that number. You will opt yourself in to get a text message once a week when we go live. You'll get a link to our phone app, which is amazing. It's got all kinds of tools in there for you. And that is the same phone number that you'll call if you'd like to call into the office. You want to get yourself an appointment. If you want to get yourself an appointment, you don't want to call, go to the website, go to mortgagemomradio.com. There's a button you can click on, book appointment now, and we will schedule a free consultation with you. Again, we do not bite. That is how I started the show this week. We do not bite. We are all about the education, the information, getting you prepared, getting you ready, and we hope to build a relationship with you so that when you are ready to make the application, we are the lender that you want to work with. So we have truly given it everything we've got to make sure that we are not pushy salespeople. We are not trying to get you into something that you don't need. We are trying to educate you, get you prepared, get you ready, and then hopefully we have built the trust and relationship with you that you'd like to do your loan with us. And that is how we keep our lights on and our doors open. So please give us a call. We'd love to help you get that free consultation, get on the books. We've got appointments available for you Monday through Sunday. I believe it's from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. We don't want to schedule the last call too late. And then we don't have somebody to take it. But if you need a call outside of those hours, all you have to do is send me an email to questions@mortgagemomradio.com. I would be more than happy to get you set up for a day and time that works for you, whether that's an earlier morning call or maybe a later evening call. That is absolutely okay, and we've got the people to do it. So getting back to it really quick, the interactive show, the best way we can have a good show is when you guys ask us questions, and we need you to ask us those questions in the live feed during the YouTube show on Wednesdays at 1 p.m. Pacific time. So make sure you guys are following along. You guys jump on, get in the show, and start asking us your questions. The more questions we get in a show, the better that our show is. And it's things that people want to hear and want to know about. So we need you to help guide every single week what our show is. So again, we love that you guys are listening by radio Saturday and Sunday, but we love it even more when you guys jump onto the YouTube and you follow along. All right, so Lanisha had jumped in. Carrie had given us the numbers, right? And the numbers were, if you are in the high cost area, maximum high cost area loan limit, new loan limit of, say it, Heidi, because I have to keep looking.
970, 800.
There's my short term. I think that it's the early onset dementia. I swear it's coming. Anyway, so yeah, it is 970, 800 is our new number. And that with 5% down, conventional loan would get you to a maximum sales price of $1,021,850 if you're in the highest of high cost areas such as Los Angeles County. And that is a pretty big thing. So Lanisha jumped in and she said, with what credit score, what FICO score do you need to have in order for that to happen? So again, I want to make sure you guys all understand, just because these are the loan limits doesn't mean everybody qualifies for those loan limits. Obviously, your income needs to qualify, your credit needs to qualify. So that was a fantastic question that she asked. Heidi, what is our minimum credit score for a conventional loan?
You're going to ask me this, I'm going to be wrong.
Okay.
I'm going to say a 680.
Okay. So no, you are
I know
wrong.
it's not. It's right, 620, correct?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, it is 620. So our minimum credit score for a conventional loan is 620. Now, when you jump into high balance, it depends on, every lender has a little bit different guidelines. Some of them have some overlays. So will you find a conventional high balance loan at a lender with a 620 credit score? You will probably find one or two willing to do that, and you're going to take a very high interest rate to get it. They were going to have definitely some adjusters for risk at that credit score. Most lenders on a high balance loan want you to have a minimum of 640. Most. Some of them have an underwriting guideline, an overlay of 660. So that's why Heidi, didn't really quite sure know how to answer my question at her. I kind of threw her under the bus and made her swim a little bit. But the point of that is the minimum FICO score is 620. Are we going to find it for you? Maybe. Are you going to pay more? Yes, you are. But does it exist? Yes, it does. So just keep in mind, the better your credit score, the better the interest rate that you're going to get. And that goes for every single person on every single loan. You all get something a little bit different. But looking at just the straight guideline, assuming everybody has the best credit score in town, assuming that everybody's got the income to qualify, the maximum sales price at the highest limit possible would be $1,021,850 for that new loan amount of what, Heidi?
$978,800.
That's right. All right. So next question, she says, actually, Lanisha jumped in. She says, I have to clock back in. We'll review the answer later. I will text you guys. So I love it. Lanisha, thank you again so much for all of your questions. I love that you jumped on during your lunch hour and you watched. That was really fantastic. So she did jump in again. She says, thank you. I'm in Los Angeles. So we love that. Well, she actually said LA. So she could be Louisiana too. Who knows? Let's see. Deborah's on. She's watching from Facebook. So she says, good afternoon. Good afternoon, Deborah. Thank you so much for watching. You log in all the time. Really appreciate that. So remember, guys, we are on Twitch. We are on Facebook. We are on YouTube. We're streaming it live at the same time every Wednesday, 1 p.m. Pacific time, through all of those 3 different channels. So if you have one that you like, one social media platform that you like better than another, feel free to watch us there. YouTube is nice because you're going to see more of the questions being asked. We've got more people that actually join and watch through YouTube, but obviously you can watch from your desired platform. I would love it if I could get some Twitch followers. Maybe one of these days we will see somebody. We've had a couple. I think Gregor has watched us on Twitch, which was nice. We somehow lost Houseboat Billy. We got to get that guy back. He's been gone for a while. But we love it when you guys watch. We love it when you ask questions. We love it when you interact. It definitely makes the show better. So back to these loan limits, and I don't know if we're going to really have a whole lot of time to get into holiday debt, but we'll see how that goes. I do want to jump into what are some of these benefits. We talked about, how high of a loan size can we go, right? And what does that mean? But I want to talk about some of these benefits as well, some additional benefits, after we take a super fast break. We'll be right back. All right, welcome back to Mortgage Mom Radio. I'm Debbie Marcoux. We've got Heidi Schlegel Points, and we are answering questions today from all of our listeners. Anybody that is logging in live to YouTube Wednesdays at 1 p.m. Gets to ask us their questions. So we're talking loan sizes today, and what are those benefits for you? I just got a question come in from Michelle H. She says, how do I find a duplex in a nice area? So that is actually a really, really great question. And, there's a million different directions that question could go, or that answer could go. So she's got to get, I think, a little bit more specific in where is the question? I mean, obviously, to find a duplex in an area, I can't tell you what's a nice area. You have to determine what a nice area is for your standards. Finding, a nice duplex is something that you're going to want to talk to a real estate agent about. If you don't have a real estate agent and you need one, we're always happy to give you a referral to someone who we've worked with in your area that we have confidence in, and, we can get you a relationship started if you want that help. But you've obviously got to pick the area that you want to be in, and you have to determine it's the right area for you. And then from there, you've got to know how much you can qualify for, how much money do you have down payment. That's going to determine what kind of money that you have to spend, and, your budget. So there's that question kind of is really broad. I would love to answer it better. She jumped in again. She said, usually nice areas don't have rentals. Don't like to ask real estate agents because they will hound you too much. So, honestly, Michelle, real estate agents don't have to hound you. There are really good real estate agents out there who are a lot like us, who are going to educate you and give you your time and your space and get you set up on a drip system. I think the most important thing, though, is that you do need to figure out what your budget is, so that you know that when you know what your budget is, then you know that the areas that you're looking in are going to work for what you need. There are duplexes in every area. The question is what do they run? What do they cost? And if they're in an area that you can't afford their cost, then you might need to rethink your boundaries and your areas and where you're willing to go. And again, if you want us to give you a referral to a realtor in your area that's not going to hound you, but instead work with you and help you and educate you, would be more than happy to do that. The way that we work, those are the only people that we work with. They're of like mind to us, and we want to make sure that all of our listeners and our clients are getting the same service for the entire ball of wax, the whole real estate process, from the realtor to the lending. We want to make sure you're getting the education and you're working with the people that are gonna take care of you. So reach out on the side, send me an email to questions@mortgagemomradio.com. That truly is me. You're gonna get a response from me. Talk to me about what you've got going on. Let me know what it is that you need, and I'd be more than happy to kind of get you set on the right path. Great question, Michelle. Thank you for asking it. She jumped in again, Heidi, and she says, how do I find out how much 500 to 600,000 income can qualify for? So I'll let you take that one, since I feel like I've been doing nonstop talking and you're staring at me. So let me read it again. How do I find out how much 500 to 600,000 income can qualify for?
I also think it's kind of a broad question, because we can't just look at income. We have to look at income, debt, what your down payment that you're looking at. If you're looking at a duplex, are you going to rent out both units? Are you going to live in one, rent out the other? So there's a lot of things. Again, I think it's more of, let's kind of get on the phone, talk about it, send us an email. Let's, kind of go back and forth on some questions and answers. Then we can figure out what you can qualify for, what you're really looking to do, right? Is it a full investment? Again, is it going to be income? One of them is going to be an income unit. One of them is going to be a primary. And what do your debts look like? And what do you really have saved up to put down? I think that with all of those questions answered, we can give you a better idea of what you would qualify for.
Yeah. And she's given us a lot of great information. And Michelle, it's one that we would definitely have to take offline, because obviously being here in the studio, being live on YouTube, there's no way for us to start crunching numbers for you and telling you what you're going to qualify for. But she did say she's got very low debt. She would live in one. She's got a great credit score. And those are all things that are absolutely important to know. We also, we're going to talk about how much down payment do you have? What area do you want to be in? What price range do you feel you need to get to in order to find something that you'd be willing to live in, right? The first question that I always ask somebody when I'm on the phone with them is, have you been doing some window shopping? Have you been on realtor.com or Redfin or Zillow, and have you been looking around at, what you like, seeing things that you feel you could live in, that you would be comfortable in, that you'd be, you'd be willing to make home. Okay, well, what does that price range look like for you? And that answer is different for every single person. Okay, so if Michelle has 500 to 600,000 in income a year, is her number that she feels she'd be comfortable in a $2 million property? Okay, it doesn't matter if your income qualifies you for it if you don't have the assets for that $2 million sales price, right? So
Correct.
we've really got to take you offline, Michelle, and we've really got to talk with you more one-on-one and really go through the numbers with you, crunch them down, figure out what your situation is, get you your budget based on your assets, income, credit score, living in the property, 2-unit, 3-unit, 4-unit, all that good stuff. And then we can get you on your way. So I would love to work with you. I'm sure Heidi would too. And we definitely want to be able to get you looking at things, get you on a drip system with a realtor where they're not hounding you, they're not bugging you, but as things come available in that marketplace that you're willing to buy in, that you're getting a notification to your email letting you know that there's a new market or a new property on the market. So I think that might be something that would be good for you. And so then we saw William jumps in and she says, thank you. He says, thank you for the response. The lender did pre-approve me, but I know I still have the appraisal. I just get nervous since I think it still has to go to underwriting. So, and fair enough, right? That is definitely a piece of the puzzle. And he says, oh yeah, it's a purchase. So let me get everybody caught up to date. Maybe you guys are just tuning in now. You're a little bit behind. Maybe you're in the car listening to radio on Saturday or Sunday. So William asked us a question that said, what comes next after your insurance has been ordered? And so he's talking about homeowners insurance to insure the property. He's in the middle of a purchase right now. He was wondering if his lender ordered the insurance, if that was a signal of what's coming next. And to be honest with you, that can happen at any point in the process. It's just one of those things that needs to be check marked off the list to be done during the process. So that doesn't really signify anything. But he says, the lender did pre-approve me, but I know I still have the appraisal. I just get nervous since I think it still has to go to underwriting. So I'm going to ask you, William, were you pre-approved, then found a property, wrote an offer, got it accepted, called your lender, just got your appraisal ordered, and haven't made it to underwriting yet? Let me know if that's where you're at. Or have you actually been through underwriting and they have told you that your loan is approved? Because we can talk more on where are you at in the process based on that. So see, now we're getting somewhere, right? He's getting us some good information. So again, if you guys want to be interactive with us with the show, all of the questions that come in, make it a better show every single week because you're hearing what you want to hear by asking the questions. How do you guys do that? Well, you either go to YouTube. We do it every Wednesday at 1. Subscribe to the channel and turn on your notification bell, or text the word mom to 844-935-3634. Heidi, what does that spell?
We lend for you, WELEND, and the number 4.
If you text the word mom to that number, you guys are going to get a link once a week that lets you know that we've gone live, and you click on the link and you can watch the show, interact, ask questions, put it into the feed, and we can answer them for you. So we'd love for you guys to do that. But subscribe to the channel. If you guys are watching the show, please give us a thumbs up. It absolutely helps the algorithm. It helps us get more of our video out to more people when they are on YouTube and they are searching for real estate, mortgage, or questions, looking to figure out how to buy a house. It hopefully will bring us up in the search feed and something that they can click on to watch that is educational and informational for them. So we are, let's see, he says, oh yeah, it's a purchase. So he hasn't answered our question yet, but I'm going to guess that he was pre-approved, wrote an offer, got his offer accepted, came back to Heidi, and what happened next, Heidi?
I would guess his loan was then submitted into underwriting and they've ordered his appraisal. He's been approved. They're at the insurance stage and he's waiting for a final approval with his insurance or his appraisal coming back.
Yeah.
That is where I would guess he is at in the process.
Yeah. I would guess that, or if he's working with somebody like Heidi, they said, great, you have this purchase contract, send us blah, 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 blah. We're going to send you into underwriting. By the way, we need you to get us a quote for your homeowner's insurance. So he's been pre-approved, got an offer accepted, waiting on underwriting. He's been asked to go find his insurance. So there's many places that he could be in the process.
Correct.
Yeah. But if his
Yep.
loan has been approved and he has conditions from the lender, and one of the conditions was to find insurance, then William, do not worry. Your loan's been approved. You have your conditions. You're working towards closing. Just get them what they're asking you for. Calm down. Breathe. You're going to be okay.
Yeah.
So that's the best advice that I can give. So anyway, I'm going to call that for the show. I think we're just about there. We love it when you guys interact. We love it when you guys get on the show. Please do that. It's every Wednesday, 1 p.m. Pacific time. We are live, and, we're doing it on Mortgage Mom Radio. So find us on YouTube, subscribe to the channel, turn on that notification bell, follow along, watch the show, ask us your questions, let us help you, educate you, get your free consultation. Our office wants to help you through that. We want to make sure that we don't bite, and we're going to get you headed in the right direction. And then we would absolutely love the opportunity to be able to do your loan for you. We are loan officers, and that is how we keep our doors and our doors open, lights on. So we hope you guys all have a fantastic week. Get that consultation. Go to mortgagemomradio.com and schedule your appointment. If you don't see a time that works for you, please send me an email directly. It's questions@mortgagemomradio.com. Let me know what works for you. We'll get you set up with somebody that can take you off hours. Don't worry. You got anything left you want to say, Heidi, for the week?
No, just have a wonderful week, and we'll see you next week.
All right, you guys have a good one. We'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.
Bye.